Let's make one thing clear. Every guy can say, "You look nice. Wow, you're beautiful. You're hot." But what most men don't realize is this. Words that only hit her ears will be forgotten, but words that bypass logic and hit her soul, those live rent-free in her mind, forever. In a world where women hear compliments every day, you don't want to be the guy adding noise. You want to be the man who triggers feeling, depth, presence, memory. Today, we're not just talking about compliments. We're talking about verbal seduction, stoic calibration, the kind of praise that doesn't inflate her ego. It resonates with her essence. These are 7 compliments that bypass logic and hit her soul. Let's begin. Part 1. You feel like peace in a loud world. Most women today are constantly on edge. Too many demands, too much pressure, too many men trying to impress, flex, dominate. So when you say, you feel like peace in a loud world, you separate yourself instantly. You're not focused on what she looks like. You're not describing her body. You're describing her energy. You're telling her, I see the calm in you. I feel safe around you. You don't add noise, you reduce it. And that kind of compliment doesn't just flatter her, it disarms her. Stoic layer. Peace is a virtue, and a woman who offers peace is more valuable than one who just offers excitement. Part 2. You make silence feel full. Most guys overcompensate in conversation. They think they have to constantly talk, joke, entertain. But the truth is, the deepest connections happen in silence. And when you tell a woman, you make silence feel full, you're letting her know. Your presence speaks louder than words. I don't feel the need to perform around you. You complete the space without trying. It's rare, it's poetic, and it triggers something she didn't even know. She craved comfort in stillness. Stoic reminder. The loudest presence is not the one that speaks the most. It's the one that feels the most. Part 3. You don't just walk into a room, your presence shifts it. Every woman wants to feel seen, but not every woman wants to be sexualized. When you say, you don't just walk into a room, your presence shifts it. You're acknowledging something deeper. You're saying, you radiate something others feel. You don't chase attention, but it finds you. You have presence, not just prettiness. And this elevates her sense of self. It's not about how she looks. It's about the energy she transmits. Stoic insight. Influence isn't loud, it's quiet power. And when you acknowledge that in a woman, you reach her soul, not her ego. Part 4. You make me slow down, in the best way. In a world obsessed with speed, a woman who makes you pause, breathe, and be present is rare. This compliment tells her, your presence grounds me. Around you, I don't want to rush. You slow down my world without even trying. That's intimacy, that's impact, and most importantly, it shows that you are a man in control of your time and emotions, and she is a rare exception to your rhythm. That's powerful. Stoic principle, slow is smooth, smooth is strong. Praise the woman who doesn't speed up your pulse, but slows down your mind. Part 5. There's something about you that can't be explained, and that's what makes you unforgettable. This one is dangerous in the best way. When you say this to a woman, you're telling her, you're beyond words. You're not just a checklist of traits. You move in mystery, and I like that. You're not giving her certainty. You're giving her intrigue, and nothing drives feminine curiosity like a man who recognizes the mystery in her, without trying to conquer it. Stoic energy. What can't be labeled, can't be controlled. Praise her for her chaos, and you become a man she respects in the silence between explanations. Part 6. You have the kind of beauty that grows on you. This is the compliment that bypasses physicality and touches something timeless, because here's the truth. There are 2 types of beauty, one that's obvious but fades quickly, and one that reveals itself layer by layer. When you say, you have the kind of beauty that grows on you, you're telling her, I didn't just notice you, I'm studying you. Your beauty is unfolding, not shouting. I'm not infatuated, I'm impressed. And women never forget the man who notices what others don't even look for. Stoic discipline. See what others miss. Praise not the obvious, but the soul beneath it. Part 7. You feel like the version of yourself you don't show the world, and that's what I love most. This is the deepest one, because every woman, no matter how confident, has parts of herself she hides. Her softness, her fear, her chaos, her dreams. And when you say you feel like the version of yourself you don't show the world, you're acknowledging I see the mask and I see behind it. I'm not impressed by your highlight reel. I'm drawn to your shadows. You don't need to perform for me. That hits the soul, because that's not a compliment. It's a form of emotional permission. Stoic wisdom. Praise the parts of her no one else has touched. Not her body, not even her words, but her hidden self. The big takeaway. Here's what most guys don't get. Compliments are not about saying what she wants to hear. They're about revealing what she didn't know you could see. That's how you bypass logic. That's how you hit her soul. It's not about flattery, it's about recognition. Because every woman wants to be seen, but very few want to be figured out. When you speak like this, you're not validating, you're not simping, you're not seducing, you're witnessing, and there's no greater compliment than simply saying, I see you where the world doesn't look. If this resonated, you're not just a man, you're a student of presence. You understand that Stoicism isn't about silence. It's about intentional speech, not about withholding emotion, but channeling it with purpose. So speak with clarity, compliment with depth, and most importantly, don't just touch her body, touch her truth. Subscribe if you're ready to master the art of presence in a world full of performance. Comment soul speak below. If you've ever made a woman speechless with your words, and remember, surface-level words get surface-level results. But soul-level truth, that lasts forever. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When you think in shallow ways, you speak in shallow compliments. But when you think deeply, when you observe a woman beyond her surface, you give her a mirror she didn't even know she wanted. And in that mirror, she doesn't just see herself, she sees who she becomes around you. Not every man can do that. But a stoic man, a man who leads with awareness, he doesn't chase women. He moves in such a way that women slow down just to understand why his words feel like home. Call to action, so here's your move now. Don't memorize these compliments like pickup lines. Let them inspire how you observe. Let them shape how you connect, and let them anchor how you speak, into the soul, not just into the moment. If you found value in this, subscribe for more Stoic-flavored truth about dating, attraction, and masculine presence. Drop a comment below. Which of these 7 hit you hardest? And remember, a man who speaks to her body gets a night. A man who speaks to her ego gets attention. But a man who speaks to her soul, he becomes a chapter in her story she'll never delete. Stay grounded, stay present, and always speak with truth. Until next time, Live Stoic.